I'm working on the live stream. Yes, got it. So as soon as the live stream starts, we'll start the session proper. So once again, welcome everybody. Let me stop recording. Okay, I'm not recording yet, sir. Yeah. So once again, welcome everybody. Okay, YouTube live stream is live. So we'll start right away. On the live stream. Yes, got it. So as soon as the live stream starts, we'll start it. Yep. We're live on YouTube. Yep. So welcome everybody. First, before we kickstart this session, I would like you to tell me what your expectation is. I'd like you to tell me what you expect to learn from this session. Yes, this session is a free session, but I like to deliver value. I like to give you the best. So you can comment in the chat what you hope to achieve at the end of this session, and so that I try to see how I can help you get that. So if you have anything you want to achieve at the end of this session, I would like you to comment in the chat. I believe you can comment in the chat, right? Please, if you are here and you can hear me, you can comment in the chat. Let me know if the chat is working because I can't see any comments in the chat. Yep. I can't see any comments in the chat. So if you are here and, oh, I'm seeing comments. Okay. Thank you very much. Please. Okay. Yep. So comment on the chat. Yep. Okay. I know I'm not the only one talking to myself. Okay, you like to learn how to find quality paid jobs. Okay. So remember that, yeah, I like to how to make the niche of all my content. Yeah, remember that everything on this session, yes, I'm a freelance coach. Yes, I teach people how to freelance, but everything on this session is going to be focused on we'll be focusing on freelance writers. So yes, I do freelancing. Okay. Yep. So welcome everybody once again. So as I said, yes, I do freelancing. Yes, I teach people how to make money with their skills. But today we'll be doing freelancing, but it's going to be focused and tailored to people who are writers. So whether you're an upcoming writer, whether you are an expert writer, I'd like you to pay attention and listen to everything we'll be talking in this session. So first of all, the first thing is this. First things first. I need you to know that this session will be in two parts. We'll have two parts in this session. The first part we'll be talking about, will be slides where I'm talking about everything you need to know about um freelance writing. So it's going to be the slide will be the first part, while in the second part it will be practicals. So I'll show you Upwork, I'll show you other accounts, other platforms. I'll just show you how you can make money with your writing skills. So let's go straight into work ASAP. So welcome everybody once again. I'm welcoming you. If you have friends, if you have colleagues that are not here yet, you can send a message to them. Or maybe I'll try and post again on my own wall. So I try to multitask and see how people can join. So yes, welcome once again. So let's go straight to business. This is going to be a 2-hour session. So maybe if you need to drink water, if you need to get water, please get the water. Normally, everything I'm meant to teach here should take me 3-4 hours, but I've understood that it takes time for people to people don't really, how will I put it? You can't after an hour or two, an hour, two max, people start losing concentration. So I like to just compress everything here and ensure that we just go through it 2 hours. The first 1 hour is going to be focused on the slides, as I've said, while the second will be focused on practicals. So you can follow both sessions. You can follow the slides and you can follow the practicals. So yeah, let's go straight to business, straight up. Yeah. So yeah, before I continue, mastering the art of profitable freelance writing. That's what basically we want to talk about. So I'm going to be talking about how you can master the art of a profitable freelance writing. So the first thing is this. Some people have asked me, I've been teaching people freelancing. They asked me, so what have I done myself, or what do I freelance on myself? And I tell them, yes, I'm a freelance writer. Now, in the sense that, so what I use to freelance is freelance writing. So that's what I use. So, and that's why I can at least teach you some small things that I know. I'm not an expert, in quotes, because writing is a dynamic skill. It's something that you can always get better at. So I'm not a guru. I think I'll put it like that. I'm not a guru, but I hope with the few points of mine I'll put here, you'll be able to learn one or two things about freelance writing or find a ways to fine-tune your freelance writing skills. So my first question is this, and you can drop it in the chat. For those in YouTube, you can drop it there. How much can you really earn from freelance writing? Do you have an idea? I like figures, so you can drop it in the chat. I'll be reading your chat, and my moderator will also be reading your chat. How much do you think you can earn as a freelance writer? Any figure, you can call per week, you can call per month, you can call per year. Yeah. How much can you really earn? You can put figures, Alimot. Just put figures. Yeah. How much do you think you can earn as a freelance writer? Fantastic. I like that. So yeah, for the sake of time, just drop it. Just drop these figures. I'm reading them. $10 per hour, $100 per hour. Yeah. So let me show you, for the sake of time, I'm going to rush up. So let me show you how much a student of mine earned from two different clients. So this is one of my students, and I'm going to be using him as a case study. I also have a lot of students I'm using as case studies here, but this is one of my students. For the sake of this session, let's call him Tunde. It's not his real name, but some of my students know him. For the sake of this session, let's call him Tunde. This is Tunde, and Tunde earned $54,340 for an SEO gig, while Tunde earned $8,960 for a ghostwriting gig. This is Tunde, and you can do the math. Now, this gives you an idea of how much you can earn. In case you don't know, in case you've not thought about it, to say, oh, how much can I really make as a freelance writer? So this gives you an idea. So basically, once again, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Benga Debi. People like to call me Proud Teacher. This is who I am for those who don't know me. I've trained more than 50,000 people. They've made a lot of money. And my goal is to just help people earn online with their skills. If you know me, if you follow me, or if you check my social media, you realize that that's the thing I push for. And I've always been pushing for that from day one. Now, this particular session is for, and we'll go in deep into that because I created this session. I've done a lot of free sessions this year already, but I just purposely did this session just for the sake of, we did a writing challenge, and I said I'm going to empower those people who did the writing challenge. My YouTube channel is my name, Benga Debi. So just look for my name. That's my YouTube channel. So, and I have a lot of videos there. Yeah. So this is Tunde again. Tunde is from Ile-Ife. And I purposely put this arrow on his name so you can see that a boy from Ile-Ife, this was when he was at 70K, a boy from Ile-Ife can make, and he's a writer. Tunde is a writer. Now, as I've said, I've showed you what Tunde has done as a writer. Now, I remember the time, this was last year, around the time, last year ending, when Tunde told me he had crossed 100K. You know, as you can see, 100K. He had made 100K from freelance writing on Upwork. And we'll talk about that. And as you can see, it's top rated plus, and it's, I'm keeping this anonymous because, security issues in our part of the world, we need to be careful. So yeah, but this is Tunde's account. And as you can see, this is what is possible. So if you can have this, if I can show you this, and I'm going to show you some people that have even made more than Tunde, but let's just start with Tunde. But if I can show you this, it gives you an idea of what you can do as a freelance writer. So who is really a freelance writer? And how is the freelance writing landscape is? There's a growing demand for content. Like, trust me, there's a growing demand for content. And I'm going to show you, and I'll give you some figures. There's a growing demand for content, and it has created remote work opportunity for people who are freelance writers. And it's also giving them the opportunity to have a diverse range of niches. Like, if you talk about the landscape this year in 2024, I saw these figures and I said, let me just share these figures with you. And they say that the freelance writing market is expected to reach a value of this by 2028. Oh, I missed that. And it's just that saying that the industry is experiencing phenomenal growth and people are recognizing the power of content. Which brings me to a particular question. And I want you to follow me. Now, I'm going to be showing you, and before I continue, let me put a disclaimer. I'm going to be sharing some figures, and I'm only sharing those figures to show you what is possible, to open your mind. So please just pay attention and don't close your mind, because if they can do it, you can do it. So that's why I'm sharing those figures with you. So just show you what is possible. That's all. That's just the reason I'm going to be showing that with you. Now, I get a lot of questions from people, and they tell me that writing is saturated. And I don't know if you've ever thought that. People are like, writing is saturated. I want to learn something else. Now, it's fine if you want to learn something else. But if you think writing is saturated, let me show you some figures. There are close to 2 billion websites online. This is more than that now. Because this figure is this source is outdated. It's one of my old articles. And there are about 4.5 billion web pages that need content. Some of them, they already have content that need updated content. So this is an opportunity for content writers, article blog writers. They are on Amazon.com. There are over 48.5 million books. As in, this was, you can see my source, 2023. And on Kindle alone, there are over 3.3 million Kindles. This opportunity for people who are ebook writers, proofreaders, ghostwriters. Now that's just showing you what is possible. Now, as you can see, I like to show proof when I give figure. I don't just call figures from anywhere. I would like to show you where the figure is. So this is 48 million books on Amazon, according to Amazon themselves. So 3.3 million Kindle books is even 3.4, according to Amazon themselves. So you should see what is possible. Now, on social media, we have different social media platforms that content is generated every day. Like everybody is trying to reach their customers. People are trying to reach their audience, their community. So whether you're a content writer, you're a social media content person, you're a copywriter, that's an opportunity for you. If you read content every day, if you read people putting out content every day, like you go to your Twitter, you go to your Facebook, and you're reading content, understand that there's someone at the back of that content you are reading that created that content. And that's an opportunity for you, because why can't it be you? You go on social media and you have fun, you play with people, but you don't know that there are some people that they are on social media with you, they laugh with you, they make fun with you, but their own job is to make money. Like they make money while they are laughing. So yeah. If you look at these figures I've showed you, do you think freelance writing is saturated? I have you can answer me in the chat or in the comment on YouTube. Do you think freelance writing is saturated with these figures I'm showing you? Now, okay, so let's continue this. Let's continue our journey. Now, basically, how do you now become a freelance writer if you want to be a freelance writer? Because that's the reason most of you are here. Some of you are like, oh, okay, I want to even do this. What do I do? Now, you need your writing skills to be a writer. Like, you need the writing skills. Now, I'm saying exceptional writing skills here, but trust me, you can start poorly and become better as you go. So you need grammar, punctuation, and I'm going to show you some tools, and in the practical sessions, I'll show you some things. You also need to research, because for everything you write, you need to do your research. Google is there, AI is there. I'll teach you and I'll show you in the practical part. Then you need content strategy. You need to manage your time too. Now, most of the freelance writers, or not most, there are people that they are not reliable. There are people that are not reliable. So, and you don't want to be that. So you need to manage your time and do a lot of things well. So now the next thing is this: finding your niche as a freelance writer. Now, if you want to find your niche, you need to understand that you can start as a generalist and you become a specialist, which I'm going to talk about that. But how do you find your niche? You need to leverage your interest and your passion. If you look at this picture right here, this is for just for literature. You can see the different part of literature alone. This is just for literature alone. Can you see how, as a freelance writer, you can pick a niche across this? Is it fiction you want to do? Is it non-fiction writing you want to do? Is it poetry you want to do? You need to do your research. You need to also check your competition, to understand how can you be better than the competition. What are the things you can do, to become better? As I've said, I was mentioning how specialization is very key. Now, you can start as a generalist. Trust me, you can start just writing. One of the things when people come to me and they say, oh, I want to be a freelance writer, I don't know how to go about it. I tell them you can just start writing. What are your interests? What are the things? Just start writing. Start writing. Over time, you are going to find areas that you can become specialist at. And from there, you can use that. You can use that area. Like you can just become an authority in that area. So that you can command higher rates in that area, because it's very, very important. And when you see, and I'm going in the practical session, you're going to see it. When you are specialized, it gives you the power of calling more rate. Like it gives the power of commanding more for what you do. Now, there are a lot of categories in freelance writing, and I tell people very well, because if you look at this again, for example, there are different ways to make money as a freelance writer. There's copywriting, there's SEO writing, there's writing FAQs, legal writing, business plan, essay writing, pitch, technical, as in product writing, brochures. There's website copies, there's white paper. We can go on and on. There's email marketing, that's email content. There's magazine, there's podcast writing, there's script writing, YouTube script writing, press release, social media content, essay writing. Like I can go on proposal writing, RFP. Like you can specialize, you can narrow down. After you've start writing, you can just decide to, okay, narrow down and see. And trust me, you don't have to specialize in one. You can pick multiple niches to start with, or you can pick multiple niches to, go down, double down, everything. Now, when you start writing, you need your portfolio. This is which is very, very important. One of the things when I want to hire writers, one of the things I used to ask is that where is your portfolio? Where are your samples? I want to see your samples. Now, understand that you need to build your portfolio as you start writing. When you start writing, you need to build your portfolio. And there are different places you can build portfolios. Now, one of the things I'll tell you is this, and I'm going to show you in the practical aspect, but let me start telling you from now. When you're building portfolios, I used to tell people that portfolios show what you can do, what you've done, or, just back up your proof. Now, when you are writing portfolio for what you can do, one of the recommendations I will give you is this. If you know that you want to start getting jobs in sports writing, you need to go and start writing sports writing articles or sport articles. You need to go and start writing sport articles so that the day you get an interview for a sport writing gig and they ask you for your samples, you'll be able to pitch, your articles. Now, as a writer, you can use Medium, you can use Substack, you can create a blog website, you can even put them on your Google Drive, arrange it very well. And there's Google, Dropbox, iCloud, Mega, blah, blah, blah. A lot of drives that you can use. Now, the next thing is this. How do you now set your rates as a writer? Because this is the question a lot of people used to have. How do you set your rate as a writer? If you are setting your rate as a writer, you need to research. People will ask me, should I charge per word? Should I charge per project? Should I charge per hour? It depends. And I'm going to show you how and why. You need to research the industry. And I'm going to show you, in this practice, there's a lot of things I'll show you in the practical when it comes to, pricing, for example. You need to check, one of the things you can do is check people in your niche, check how much they are charging. It gives you an idea of what to price. Consider your value proposition and negotiate with confidence. Like, when you know what you offer, when you know the value you bring on board, it's easy for you to set your rates. Like, when you know all these things. Now, you can set per hour, you can set per word, you can set per project. And you also must learn how to negotiate your rates with clients, understanding that you bring value to the marketplace. Now, let me tell you what the different the pricing strategies, when and where you should use them. This is not perfect, but it's just a template you can use. Hourly rate, you are charging it based on the time you are spending to write. Per word is you are charging per word. Per project, you are charging for the whole project. Now, hourly rate is for unpredictable workload, you can charge per hour. Especially some client that will just be unpredictable. Per word is, shorter project, well-defined scope. Project is always mostly longer project or bigger projects. So you see people say, okay, I want to write an ebook of 50,000 words, but they will charge per project for that. Even though it's 50,000 words, normally some people might say, I want to charge per word, which is fine. If you can negotiate your per word at that place, it's also fine. Now, but you can charge per project there. And one of the things you can also do is when you are charging per project, if you want to know if it's fair for you or not, you can calculate it. So you can let me tell you how to calculate it. How do you know your per word rate? So let's say you are charging per project. Let me tell you, even if you are charging per hour and maybe you worked for 10 hours and the total money you earn from the client is $100. But you wrote 1,000 words. How do you calculate your per word rate? You calculate the figure you got, which is $100, divided by the words you are writing. So when you do that, when you 100 divided by 1,000 will give you your per word rate. So if you want to understand, so let's say you are charging per project or a client is pitching per project to you. Maybe they are saying you are writing 50,000 words and want to pay you $200 for 50,000 words. That's ridiculous, but let's just want to pay you or $500 for 50,000 words. If you want to know if it makes sense, you divide it. And that gives you an idea if it makes sense or not. Now, and how do you now find out high-paying clients? One of the questions I said at the beginning is, what are the things you hope to get from this? A lot of people said, how do you even make money from your writing? And I'm going to show you in the second part, which is the practical part. Now, there are different ways to get high-paying clients. You can use freelancing platforms. These are some examples of freelancing platforms. You can use freelancing platforms. You can use freelancing platforms. You can use social media. Then you should also find ways to network, build connections, or you can code pitch. You can market yourself. In the practical part, I'll show you some of the ways you can do all these things. Now, but let me just go into this. For freelance platforms, I like Upwork a lot. And I know some people that have been successful with Fiverr, so you can use both. You can build network, you can build connections. I know a lot of people that have gotten jobs from their network, from their connections. Some people, they use referrals. Just by referrals, they get a lot of jobs. Then you can use cold emails to pitch yourself, to strangers, to people that don't know you. And I'm going to go, talk about it, especially in the LinkedIn aspect here when I'm just running over how you can position yourself on LinkedIn. Now, there are some tools that you need to know and you need to use as a freelance writer. And Grammarly is one of them. It's a very popular tool, and I hope you know how to use them by now. And in the practical aspect, I'll show you all these tools, and I'll show you the platforms, I'll show you the tools, and I'll show you some ways you can use these tools. Grammarly is one of them. You check plagiarism, you check grammar, you check tone and everything. Hemingway is also one of them for checking, how your word is coming across. Trello, Asana is for project management, where you can, know are you working on it? And most times, clients too will give you all these tools. Now, Google Docs, MS Word, these are super, super tools, especially Google Docs. Even MS Word is now at this level too, online, especially MS Word online. Now, Google Docs is good for collaboration. Google Docs is also good for outlining, and I'm going to show you. I'll show you in the practical aspects. Google Docs is good for a whole lot of things. So these are some of the tools that you can use as a writer. Now, there's also ProWriting A, there's Canva. Canva is good for design. There's ChatGPT, and I'm going to mention, I will talk about this ChatGPT aspect as a writer. We'll go into the AI part, the tools part, and the how to get money. Then AutoCrete is also another platform I'll show you. Now, let me just talk ahead for ChatGPT, for example. A lot of clients will tell you they don't want AI written words, which is fine. They will use AI tools to screen you, and they can tell you, they can screen if you use AI or not. Now, even though you can't use AI to write, you can use AI to research. You can use AI to create outline for yourself, and from that outline, then write organically. And I'm going to show you the practical aspects. So just watch out for that. Now, another thing you need to know is you need to stay updated in the industry. Writing is dynamic, so you need to stay updated. What are the tools involved? What are the things? You need to be, you can join communities, join forums. You can subscribe to some newsletter that will be telling you, oh, there's a job available here. Oh, there's this opportunity. Oh, there's this tool in town now. Just continuous learning is very, very important. So stay in tune with your industry. Now, when you are pitching to clients, as a writer, you need to know that you need to tailor your pitch very well to clients' needs. You need to showcase, the idea is when you are pitching, just understand the pain points and understand what you bring to the table and use that to apply to your pitch. Just apply that to your pitch. Like when you are pitching, have this at the back of your mind and getting this, okay, oh, this is who I am, this is what I've done, and this is what I'm going to give to you. So mastering this pitching is very, very important, because I've seen a lot of writers struggle with pitching. And it's not something you want for yourself. So basically, just these 4 steps are enough to help you. Now, as a writer, because I saw a question, there's words here dropping saying, he said, writing is not saturated, but getting a legit job opportunities is what is hard. Now, there are a lot of challenges as a freelance writer too, and you need to find ways to overcome these challenges. There will be rejection. There will be criticism. So, you need to accept this truth. Then if you are not controlling your time, there will be burnout and stress. And sometimes you can even get writer's block. Now, some people will tell you, oh, there's nothing like writer's block. Other people will tell you there's writer's block. But trust me, there are times where you will just, your flow is not there. And when that happens, you need to find what works for you to, ensure that you are overcoming these things. Now, time management is very, very important, especially when we just talk about challenges now. Set your boundaries, use tools, use productivity techniques, avoid procrastinating, very, very important. Now, communicate. I remember, let me just start with stories now before we enter second steps. I remember a particular writer I hired for a job, and one of the things I like most is when you communicate with me, because I've been a client too, and I also hire for clients. I'm currently hiring. I'll share the opportunity with those that registered when I'm sharing the resources. I prepare resources for you. So I'm currently hiring for a client, for 2 different clients, and I'll share with you guys that register so that you can apply for the job. But I just wanted to have this session first, so I'm going to help you when you are registering or when you're applying for the role, even though I'm the one hiring for the clients. But it's the client that will check your job, that will do the interview process, because interviews can be very strenuous and I don't have the time. So the clients can do that. Now, talk about communication. I once hired a lady for a job, and she just ghosted me. And the technique ghost is someone that will just go without communicating. We just go off. Now, so she ghosted me, and she came back about 8, 9 months later. She just chats with me to be like, hello, Alpha. I'm sorry about what happened. I'm like, after 8 months. Like, what if, so when that happened, I gave the job to someone else, complete the job for the client, blah, blah, blah. That's that passed. But how can you ghost me for 8 months? Now, what point I'm trying to pass across is a lot of people or a lot of writers don't communicate. A lot of writers are not reliable. And when you communicate and you are reliable, trust me, you are already a very good writer. Now, add that to your own writing skills, ensuring that you're perfecting your writing skills, and it makes you super, super, super. Like, can you guys hear me? Some people are saying they can't hear me. Can you hear me? So if you can't hear me, it's your network. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's your network. Please, don't worry. It's recorded. Thank you very much. Yeah. So as I was saying, set expectation, meet deadlines, and handle revision and feedback. Now, this one is very important, guys. Revisions and feedback. Now, when you write, your client will have feedback on what you write. And oftentimes, they don't accept your first work. So they will tell you this, they will tell you that, they will tell you correct this, they will tell you correct that. So please be ready for all these things. It's very, 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 very important. Be ready for handling all this. Be ready for handling anything, feedback, any revision, because it's just part of the game. I just want to prepare you, so be ready. Now, when you are doing all this, you'll be able to build long-term relationships with clients. Like, it's very important to provide exceptional service. Like, your soft skills is as a writer, your soft skills are very, very key. And using that soft skills you are going to be able to relate with clients, and that will give you repeat customers, will give you repeat clients. Like, because relationship is something that I know some people that they've been able to work with clients, for long term, for long period of time, and you can also have that, and after you finish writing, find ways to diversify your income. This is just for advanced writers. There are different ways you can diversify your income as a writer. So after you finish writing, after you finish, yeah, but there are different ways to diversify your income. So don't understand that. Now, I'm rushing through all this because I know practicals will take me time. So I'm trying to ensure that I run through so that we can just go into the practical straight up. Now, so diversify your income stream as a writer. So because now, one thing I tell people is this: that you're very good as a writer means that you can consult. It means that you can create digital products, maybe writing or even other things that you feel and from your long career. It means that you can start having passive income opportunities, start building writing agencies to get jobs and outsource to people. So very, very important. Like, it's very important you diversify your income outside writing. Like, it's not just when you get to practicals. I was rushing to get here, ASAP. So it's very, very important that you have all these things at the back of your mind so that you can be a very good writer. So yes, we're in practical sessions, and if you have any question, please note your questions, keep your questions. There'll be Q&A. I won't be able to take questions before the end. At the end of the sessions, I will take your question, all your questions. So at least for the next 2 hours. So I'll take all your questions at the end of the session. So let's go into the practical session. Now let's discuss practicals now. First of all, I'm going to use Upwork before I go into other thing. This platform is for people, this particular platform I'm on right now, AutoCreate, is for people who are fiction writers, even non-fiction writers, well, mostly fiction. Even not, but non-fiction writers too, you can use this platform, and this is a paid platform. There are a lot of free ones. I'll show you the free ones. But it's a paid platform, and it has a lot. I'll log in. I hope I'm able to log into my account. But I'll log in and to show you how to use these tools. Remember the part where I said you should be able to use tools. Now, first of all, before I talk about your writing, thank God, okay, I'm well ahead of time. Before I talk about your writing, let me talk about how to make money with your writing. Let's talk about Upwork first. Like, I'll talk about other platforms, but let me just start with Upwork, because I noticed that a lot of people, like from people that I've spoken with, they've been on Upwork and they've struggled as a writer. But let me show you, I'm logging. Let me show you how to, yep. So yeah, so this is it. Let's use Upwork as a case study, as our case study. And we're going to be talking about Upwork for writers, Upwork for freelance writers. So first off, Let me go to profile. Let me just show you, and I'm going to run through this because I have a lot of things to share with you. As a writer, you need to have a very good profile as a writer. And what does your profile look like? This is what your profile looks like. First of all, as a writer on Upwork, you are able to you're able to have up to three you're able to have up to three profiles. So your profile should be like this. You know, you should have a tagline that explains what you do. Then you can have, so say you're a writer, you're a content writer, but you can also do copywriting. It means that you can also have a profile for your copywriting skills. It means that you can have a profile for your, market, your normal writing skills. And, you can just, depending on what you do, really, even though if it is research you do, you can have a profile for all this. Now, basically, another thing you need to do on your profile, ensure that everything is filled normally. Now, on my YouTube channel, there's a lot of videos where I've talked about profiles. I would like you to just go there because I might not go deep into all these things, but because I have a lot of things to cover for you. So, ensure that you have everything right on your profile. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is portfolios. Now, as a writer, it's very, very important that you put put your portfolios, your write-ups, ensure that you put everything there. Now, ensure that you also put your skills, every writing skills you have, ensure you put that there. Then put your certifications, your employment history. I'm just using Upwork as a case study here. Now, one of the things you can also do is this. You can check other writers. So let's check other writers, content writer. Let's check other writers. So you can check other writers. You can use that. I'm really teaching you how to make money with your skills now. Check other writers and always use that to, better your profile. So if it's okay, you already have the writing skills or you've started your writing skills. Now, how do you make money with your writing skills? So first of all, check other writers in your field. And now one thing is this. I just saw something now and I need to point it out to you guys. Now, this guy is from Pakistan. English is not their first language. English is not, so they are not native English speakers like you are. So if this guy can be getting English jobs and is doing so well with it, it means that you can also do more or do better than him. Because English is not their native language. Like most people, this is for Pakistani. If you see them speak English, even when they write, you know that, but you just, forgive them and say, oh, this person is English is not their first language. But if this person can be successful, it means that your English is your first language. You don't have any excuse. As you can see, let's go through everything on his profile. We can go through everything on his profile. For example, you can see this is all work. You can see his profile. You can learn from his overview. You can learn from his work history. You can see what kind of works he does. You can see his portfolio. This is his portfolio. You can see he has about 15 portfolios or more, or 14 portfolios. So you can see his portfolio: ghostwriter, research paper, content writer for crypto and NFTs. So this tells you that crypto writing, right now, crypto is in vogue. It means that if you're a crypto writer, tech writer, technical writer, white paper, like blockchain, NFTs writer, DeFi, that's decentralized finance writer, you are going to be making a lot of money right now with the way crypto is going. So look at, this is his skills, and you can see his project catalogs, then testimonials. You can see other experiences for him and his employment history. And, he also added his certification. So, like, look at this. This gives you an idea of the things you need to put on your profile. If you want to be successful, like say, if you want to use a platform like Upwork to get jobs as a writer. So this is what you need to do. Now, remember what I said in the first part. I said you always you do research as a writer. So let's say, you need to start writing or you start writing and you don't know what to charge. You need to do research. And where do you do research? You can use a platform. There are a lot of platforms. I like Upwork. I just like the platform. That's why I'm using them as a case study. We'll go into Fiverr too, but I'm just showing you all this. Now, for example, you don't know how much to charge. You can go and see what are content writers charging. Now, this gives you an idea. This guy is charging $30 per hour, $10 per hour, $8 per hour. So $8 per hour. So that gives you an idea of where to start from. Over time, when you start charging, you will know how to charge. So now, they gave you a job and you don't even know how much to charge. Remember what I said about research? Now you can go to this guy's profile. You can go to the jobs he has done, and it gives you an idea of how much to charge. So he charged $130 for an ICO content writing job. Now, you can even click on the job and see the job description if the job was posted. Okay, the job is a private job. He was invited for the job. So, but he charged this particular amount for this. Now, if you go through, scroll through, it gives you an idea of some of the things that, oh, he wrote an e-commerce website content writing and he charges particular amount. He did a content writing website managing job, he charges particular amount. He did a writing and editing job, he charged $30 per hour for 3 hours. So can you see? Can you see? Like, if you don't know how much to charge, like, because a lot of times people come to me and they will be like, I don't know how much to charge. How much should I charge? How much should I charge? I'm like, you can, first of all, before you know how much to charge, you need to understand the scope of the budget first, or the scope of the project. And when you now know the scope of the project, then you need to understand, like, you need to know that, okay, yeah, I can charge this, I can do this, I can use this, and that gives you an idea. Now, as I've showed you, there are a lot of people here, and you can even check, if, say, you're not interested in seeing Indians, you want to see Nigerians, you can do content writer Nigeria. You can type in content writer Nigeria. It's going to show you, see Nigerians like you. Bright is a YouTube script writer, content writer. Emmanuel, content writer, Wikipedia. Paul, YouTube script writer. Aziza, see, Aziza has earned 40K. Let's even use Aziza as a case study. Website copywriter, web content writer. So Aziza is a Nigerian from Abuja, Nigeria like you. You can go to our profile and learn everything on our profile. Don't copy and paste, please. Your work will ban, they will suspend you for copying and pasting without, but just learn. See our overview. See see the things on our overview. See the things on our, what's our tagline looking like. See what she used as a tagline. Then she ghostwriting, she has all work. She has look like she's someone like you. I'm using them because this is someone like you. So you can scroll down to scroll down to see the things on her profile, see the job she's doing. She's doing web content jobs. She's always closing her jobs, except she's working on it. I like this. This is a very good signal. So if I want to hire her, I'm looking like, oh, she's not really working. I can hire her. So yeah, she's from Olabisi Onambanjo. Some of you know that. You can check her portfolio. You can see she writes AI, NFTs, web content. She just, 3 portfolios. Then you can check the things on her skills section. I know it's more than 3. I went to another profile. So you can check her portfolios. Yeah, about six portfolios. Then you can check her skill section. You can check her project catalogs. Can you see she does GDPR writing to compliance? She didn't put it on her profile though. Yeah, but you can see now. So this is someone like you that you can go and learn from their profile. Like if you don't have any idea, just go to people like this and check things on their profile. Simple. See people like this that are doing well, like Tony Tosin, Adams. Check their profile. These are people like you. So just go there, type in content writer Nigeria or anything, copywriter Nigeria. Type in and see Nigerians like you that are doing well. You can see there's a lot and lot of them like you that are doing well. I can learn from their profile. Like you can learn from their profile, see what they are doing right, see the things you can copy. Yeah. Another thing you can learn from, let me go to page 1. Another thing you can also learn from is project catalogs, which is like projects, and it's also like gigs on is gigs on this thing. But let me not use Nigerian project catalogs because some people can do that charge. Let me just use the general project catalogs. Now, another thing you can learn from when I'm talking about research is project catalogs. Now, let's look at project catalogs, for example. These are people that have boosted their project catalogs. So let's look at this project catalog, for example. This one says it's going to give you a highly ranked SEO. So if you don't know how much to charge, one of the things you can also, as I said, look at this person is charging 1,000 words for $15. Remember what I said about dividing, how to know your per word, dividing this figure by this. It will give you an idea of what the person is charging. So from this, using my head, he's charging 1.5 cents per word. Now, I would not like to do that, but he has his own plans and maybe it's working for him. So some people tell me, oh, how much should I really start from? I like 3, 4, 5 cents per word for starters. Those are figures that make sense. So when you're doing this mathematics, if it's 3, 4, 5, then as you grow, then you can increase it to 8, 10, 20. I know people that charge $40, $50 per word, 50 cents per word. But at least start with the 3, 4, 5. Like if you ask me, that's my own personal opinion to start with. So this is 1.5 cents per word. Nah, I don't like this. If you're highly ranked SEO, Olabode is doing well, but you can do better. But like I said, if you don't know how much, or if you don't have an idea, if you have no idea of what to do, you can go to people's portfolio and people's project catalogs and learn from them and use the things on their project catalogs and use that as an idea. So as I've showed you profile, so look at this person too. See, number of words, $520. So divide 20 by 50. Divide 20 by 500, it gives you what this guy charges per word. So that's in case you don't know how much to charge per word. See, 40 by, so this guy charges 44 cents per word. See, so, but as I said, it gives you an idea of how much to charge per word. You can do your research and it helps you. But let's talk about the other things. Let's talk about how to search for jobs as a writer and how to apply for jobs as a writer. Those are the next two things to talk about, basically, before we move into the other stuffs, other platforms, tools, and basically some of the things you need to do, like as a writer. So now, when you want to search for job as a writer, there are two ways to search for job as a writer. You can either use keyword when it comes to Upwork. Upwork is keyword. Just type in content writer, and it's going to show you all the content writing jobs. So when it shows you all the content writing jobs, the thing about keyword is this: keyword obeys what you write. Keyword will show you all the content writing jobs. We're already in the practical session here, and I hope you guys can pay attention and listen very, very well. Yeah. If you have questions, please keep your questions. I will answer everything at the end of this session. Yeah. So if you are a writer, for example, you can type in content writer. When you type in content writer or content writing or content writer, it's going to give you, this is using searching by keywords, for example. This is searching by keywords. It's going to give you content writing jobs here. And when it gives you content writing jobs here, I like to tell people that if most important thing is you're less than 5 to 10, and payment verified. What does this do? It means that you are limiting the number of proposals. You are also making sure you are working with payment verified clients. So that's what I like to do. So this is, at the end, it's going to give you things like this. Then you can start scrolling and start screening. So you can start screening, you can start scrolling. So let's use this for example. This one says personal finance self-improvement writer for weekly newsletter. So you're writing one newsletter per week and blah, blah, blah. They will provide a topic, but it will require research from your end. Remember, I talked about research, ability to write in an informative, but also humorous tone. So they want you to write to inform their audience, but you also use humor to inform them. Keep the newsletter informative, lighthearted. I'll share some past examples. This example of what we are looking for. So they show you these examples, you click on them to understand what they are looking for. If interested, include the word Apple in your application. Now, this is a filter to know if you read the job description or not. So when you are reading as a writer, if you call yourself a writer, please read carefully. Read the job description carefully, and so that you know what you need to do. So read carefully. Then send me 3 short writing samples that are written in an informative but also humorous tone. And if you review the 3 example links, they're ready to pay you $10 to $40 per hour. Now, the idea is this: for this kind of job, one of the things you need to know, I'm talking about job descriptions. As a writer, it means that, first of all, you need to read so that you can include this in the application. Then next, you need to send them 3 short writing samples. Now, remember what I said about portfolio, that you need to start creating. This is an example. You need to start creating portfolios. So, for example, now let me tell you what will happen. This is this. If you are someone that you have loved to do this job and you came here, you don't have those writing samples, it means that you don't qualify for this. So that's why people don't know that you need to be creating your samples before you are ready or before you get the job. Because some people will be like, you're waiting for maybe a client to hire you before you create samples. No, you need to start creating samples. Now, if you are a newbie, if you don't know anything about writing, just start writing. Now, it looks like, I don't have direction, it's directionless. No. First off, I said you can start as a generalist. There's no time for me to go deep, but I'm going to ensure that you still get the best from this. Now, you can start as a generalist. It means that, so let's say your name is, your name is Esther. You want to start writing. Esther wants to be a writer. She does not know anything about writing. Now, remember that Esther has been taught in her school in English. Esther has written, she has gone to class from kindergarten to university, and she has written in English. At least, there's a 95% chance, maybe a 5% chance that they're writing in another language. I don't want to generalize. Now, it means that at least Esther has a basic knowledge of writing. Like, what I mean basic, it means that because Esther has been writing now, she's been writing in school, she's been writing assignment, she's been writing this report, she's even been doing thesis. She did her thesis, she did her assignment, she did her homework. So it means that Esther has a basic knowledge of writing. But Esther says, "Look, I want to be a writer. Like, I want to be a freelance writer, and I want to do this full time." How does Esther do it? What does Esther needs to do? So Esther needs to first start writing. Because when I tell people that the first thing you need to, like, you need to just start writing. Like, first of all, you need to write, you need to read. So you need to start reading. So depending on the niche, but because writing is coming before reading because you don't even know the niche you want to be in yet. Now, if you have an idea of the niche you want to be in, so I've seen some Esters that will come to me and they'll be like, I like, um, I like, um, I like to write fashion, I like lifestyle articles, I like medical articles. So that means that one you already have an idea of what you want to do. But Esther does not have an idea of what she wants to do. So that's why I say you can start writing. Now, use Medium, use Substack, just start writing. Now you're helping your creative, like your creativity, you're using that, you're using the genius part of that, like as you're writing. Like one of the things, there's one of my students that wanted to write, and I just gave him an assignment, she should be writing every day. There was a time I wrote every day for 365 days to improve my writing. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do 365. You can be writing once every week, but just write. Now, over time, when Esther now determines that, okay, I think I prefer to do sport writing, or I think I prefer to do crypto writing, then I'll tell Esther to start reading crypto articles. Or I think I want to do copywriting. Copywriting is a subsection of writing, but also different from writing in the sense that copies is a different ballgame entirely. Now, so Esther says, oh, I want to become a copywriter. I want to become a crypto writer or a technical writer. Now, Esther, you need to start reading crypto articles. First of all, you need to use that to improve your crypto vocabularies. I also want to have an idea of the tone, the way crypto articles are, the way they are done. Now, the more you do that, the next time you will write, subconsciously, you'll be applying some of the things you've read. So that's the process I'll give Esther. So Esther, start writing. Oh, Esther now determine, oh, yeah, I want to now become a crypto writer or a technical writer. Now, Esther, you need to start reading technical articles. Now, there are also some trainings or some learning, I have some free resources that I'm going to share with you guys. If let's say you even want to be a technical writer, for example, I have some free resources I'll just send to you, everybody. Now, when you do all these things, so now, the more you do that, the more you now start improving yourself. And when you now improve yourself, then you will need to, you need to have samples. So, because remember that start writing, start reading, then start creating samples, start building your portfolio. Now, when you've done this over time, when you've done this, you improve your first set of writing. But when you've done this, it means that you can now start doing jobs. Because since you know how to write, at least you've been writing and you have samples to back up that you've been writing, it means that you can start earning, you can start making money like the examples I showed you guys. Now, that's just that about that. So this job description, have your writing samples ready. Now, if you get to job descriptions that you don't have the writing samples, go and just create them. If you can create it and meet up with this job, fine. But if you can't meet up, create them so that next time a similar job comes, you will be ready this time around because you were not ready before. Then, it says, the client said, show that you've reviewed the links now, because when clients show you this is what we want, always ensure that you go through what they want because it's very, very important. So that's an example of that. Now look at this one: crypto copywriter, social media marketer, TikTok writer. No, this is for social media content needed. Let me look for another one. Okay, let me look for this. 25 articles needed for a seasoned entrepreneurs and business professional. Now, for this particular one, they are looking for 25 articles, 800 words each. Remember what I said about words? Then articles can be written. Can you see? This is what it said. Can you see? Articles can be written AI. Like, it's very, very important. Then you must have at least 3 article writing samples. This one also said 3. Can you see what I said about having samples? I'm just showing you job description for when you start want to make money with your writing skills. So then these are some of the things they want. This particular client want everything. So yeah. So and one thing I like about this, and when you're applying, when you're using me talking up, for example, when you want to apply for jobs, always check the client history first. But I'm just using job description to, because we're talking writing here. Always check client history first. Look at this particular client history, 100% higher rate. What does that mean? It means that for every job they post, they hire. They've spent 20,000. So this particular client is a very good client. So, but read, as long as this job description is, ensure that you read everything. Read everything. Then, so these are the articles they want. They say you only have to make a maximum of 2 changes as needed in each article. All rights to the work will be transferred to us. You can't use the work in any way, but at least you can keep it as your own portfolio. So there are some jobs you do that it is non-disclosure, something like this. So as you can see. Now, another thing is this particular skill section. I've been telling my student recently, this particular skill section is important in the sense that on your profile, and I'll show you, just note this and keep it at the back of your head. Keep it, I'll show you where it's important. Maybe I even need to show you now, self. So this particular skills and expertise, because I keep on telling my students, and some of them don't know, we still had a conversation in today's meeting. For those of our students that are here, let me show you. Oh, yep. I keep on telling them, and I want to show you. So that particular skill section, because, yeah. Well, yeah, let that load. So let's look for another one. And let me I'm showing you this, that when you've have the skills, when you've had your samples, when you have everything and you want to start making money with your writing skills, this is how to make money with your writing skills, because most of you here, or some of you here, that's what you're interested in. Like everything I'm saying is like, okay, you're saying your own. But what we're interested in is we're interested in how to make money with our writing skills. So yeah, let's look for another article. Yep, let me look for another article. Let me look for this. So YouTube script writer. If you're a YouTube script writer, you need to hire 3 freelancers. Always check the client's history first, because it gives you an idea of what to do. After checking client history, then you always check the job activity. That's the amount of people that have applied, blah, blah, blah. Then you can also read the preferred qualification for the job. Then sometimes you can also scroll down to see what other people have said about the client. Now, there are some questions that you can be asked, for sometimes they will ask you some questions, then you can read the job description. So if you're a YouTube script writer and you know how to write royalty or monarchy scripts, then this is for you, and they will tell you, what to go about it. So as I said, remember that in the subsection, I told you that YouTube, script writing is one of the sub categories in writing that you can, I know a lot of romance writers that are making good money. So that's something that you can also think of. Yeah, scriptwriter, video, streamlined content. So this is just a copywriter for architects. So copywriter is a very, I like copywriting because it's one high income niche, but you'll be competing with the best to ensure that you will be the best. So one of the things, if you want to be a copywriter, you need to read a lot of copies. You have swipe files. You need to because copywriting is a continuous stuff. And writing is also continuous. Copywriting is a daily, like you have to ensure that you're learning every day. You need to follow a lot of, good copywriters, see the way they are writing their copies, just see, trigger points, know how to the right hook. What are you using? Are you using problem solution? Are you using, like, there are different copywriting strategies? I don't have more time to go deep into that, but this is a copywriting job. For example, if you decide to go into copywriting, remember to always check about the client. So look at this, they've averagely paid this amount. It means that they pay well as a copywriter. So yeah, you can see the activity on the job. You can see this client has paid someone, a researcher, $50 per hour, 4,004. This one paid $94 per hour, but they didn't give the person a good review. But it did not work well. He stopped. So this is a review. He stopped responding and disappeared. And they were paying him $95 per hour. Imagine. So they paid the particular. So this client pays well, researcher, and they're paying $50 per hour. So I tell my students that, there are quality clients out there. This is an example of a quality client. See what they are paying people. So if you're a copywriter and, if you're located in the US, because me, I'm not in Nigeria. So if you're located outside Nigeria, this is because this is exclusive. But the idea is this. There are quality clients out there, forget about. Yeah, so there are other ways to search as a writer. I need to show you this. There are other ways to search as a writer. Let me clear these filters. There are other ways to search as a writer. So if you are looking for writing jobs, what are the other ways to search? I've showed you how to use keyword. But let me show you how to use, let me clear this. Let me show you how to use categories. So there are categories that you can search using categories as a writer on this platform. We'll also go into, I don't know much deep about Fiverr, but I'll show you some of the things you can do on Fiverr. So yeah, so this is writing categories. So you can either go for all writing categories. So it's going to show you all writing jobs. categories on your left-hand side. So you can go into check all the writing categories, or you can narrow down if you don't want all the writing categories. You can check content writing or copywriting or professional writing, business writing, or editing and proofreading. But let's just do all writing for the sake of this session. So you can see all writing and, so remember the rules that I've said. The rules is payment verified jobs only. That's what you want. And you want less than 5 and 5 to 10 jobs. So as a writer, that's what you want as a writer. You also less than 5, you want 5 to 10 jobs. You want less than 5, you want 5 to 10. So it's going to give you all the, like, sometimes you see the same jobs in writing, you see the same jobs in, you see the same jobs in using filters, using categories and using keyword. But other times there's jobs that will escape one of them. So I like people using both. I like using both. So this one says he wants to edit a 47,000 words ebook. But this is the amount they are ready to pay, $120. You will read the whole 47,000 words ebook and they'll pay you this. If it's something you can do, that's, because editing is also part of writing, editing and proofreading. So if it's something you can do, if something you enjoy doing, you apply for it. So this one says they are looking for content strategies, video content strategies, script writer. They've spent this amount of money and they're ready to pay you $20 to $40 per hour. So remember, when you check this kind of job, for example, always read them very well. They even have a website you can read. They're looking for a creative writer. So remember, as I said, always check client details first. So that gives you an idea if the client is legit or not. Then you can check the client history too. Then you can also check the qualifications that they want and the activity on the job before you now read the job description and you apply for it. And I'm looking for another kind of job that just fits into this. So there's a lot of script writing jobs today. I don't know. But trust me, there are a lot of, depending on your niche, script writings can be, sometimes it's content, sometimes it's content, sometimes it's SEO, sometimes it's, yeah. So I'm looking for something. So, okay, this one is SEO content writer. Yeah, sometimes. So when you're an SEO, you don't just have to write. In SEO writing, for example, it's not just about your writing skills. It's also about your how to use keywords, because that's SEO writing. So when you talk about SEO writing, for example, SEO writing is not just writing. SEO content is, you have to use, SEO means search engine optimization. There's the normal technical SEO, which is, backlinking and all. But there's also the, using SEO writing. Like when people want SEO writer, it means that they want writing that will rank well on Google search. That's the idea behind SEO writing. So remember, I'm looking for excellent German. I don't want German. I want to search, I want to apply for another one. I want to apply for a job. I'll just show you how to apply. Let me see. I want to apply for a job and show you how to apply. Okay, so this one is looking for an academic writer, copywriter. So remember what I told you about combos, that you can have combos, right? So if you're an academic writer, I know how to write copies. Yeah, so they are interviewing 4 people already. They sent 13 invites. So sometimes the activities, gives you an idea of, should I apply for this job or not? Or should I just save it and I come back later if I can do it. But I need to look for a job and apply for you. Like I just show you how to apply. That's just what I want to do now. Then we can move to the next part. Yeah. So another thing is this: when you're on this platform, don't just search on the first page alone. Try to check the other pages. Try to check up until you see 2 days ago. If you see 1 day ago, it's something that you can still apply. Yeah. So look at this one: ghostwriter for intro to Python. This is a technical writing. So when they are looking for people that can write Python, it's more like technical writing job. So yeah, remember to always check the client details. For this client, have spent money, and check the activity of the job. Just check the activity on the job. It's fine. The file qualification is also fine. And remember what I said about skills and expertise here. These skills and expertise, where do they apply on your profile? Is here. This place here. This is where they apply. As I'm always scolding my students. They know me. I scold them that when their skills is not complete or when they don't use it, I always scold them, because when you start applying, it's going to affect you if your skills are not if this algorithm will not favor you if you don't have the right skills there. So let's look at this particular job. It says, oh, they are looking for a ghostwriter for this. And I said, remember what I said? It's very important as a writer, read. Because if I'm a client and even from your job description, you did not read, how will I know you are going to be a good writer for me? If simple job description, you did not even read it. So please, as a writer, please, I beg you, read job description very well. So they need someone to create an intro to Python book, chapter ideas listed below. So they've even given you the chapter idea. We'll provide a more detailed outline if you are selected. You have to write the content, include screenshots. All source images must be turned in. So anywhere you see the image, you must copy the source. We are open to your ideas and suggestions. You won't get any recognition for this project and surrender out the right. This is called ghostwriting. Ghostwriting is also a part of writing, in case you don't know. Now, in ghostwriting, they won't give you credits. Like, you just write. That's why it's called ghost. Like, you're a ghost, but you're a writer, but you get paid. So that's what ghostwriting means. So they already have an idea of what their chapter should look like. And this is it. This is the outline. And I'm going to talk about outline maybe in another part of the practicals. You see me talk about outlines. But this is already an outline for the book they want to write. And they're like, okay, so let's say you're interested in this job. You click on apply now. I've been looking for one to apply and show you guys. Let's say you're interested in this job. You click on apply now. So what are the things you need to do when you get here? When you want to apply for these jobs, it's going to cost you Connect. Now, for those who don't know the meaning of Connect, Connect are what you use to apply for jobs. And some jobs, Connect is like the virtual currency that you need to use to apply for jobs. Some jobs will cost 12 Connect, some jobs will cost, depending on the amount of Connects. But yes, they will cost Connect. Now, but when you want to apply for jobs, these are the things you need to note, guys. When you want to apply for jobs, these are the things you need to know. Number one, you need to use profiles. You need to use profiles. And what profiles do you need to use? Remember that on your profile, you can create up to 3 profiles. So because you can create up to 3 profiles here, which is here, because you can create up to 3 profiles here, it means that you can use these 3 profiles, any of the 3 profiles. So look at these 3 profiles: research, copywriting, all work. So let's go back here. Research, copywriting, general profile, which is also called all work. Now, this particular job, this is a technical writing job. And let's look at this guy's technical writing profile. As you can see here, professional SEO content writer, business and technical writer. So that means that this guy can use his general profile for this job, right? So now, after using it, what's the next thing he needs to do? Remember what I said about these things here. See, can you see it again? Now, so after using it, next thing, okay, this job is a $250 job for the ebook. They're ready to pay $250 for it. They'll tell you how much do you want to be paid, per milestone or by project. Now, if you are not an expert freelancer, please don't use milestone, just use project. Your client will determine the milestone. But what is milestone? Milestone is breaking the job down into pieces. So for example, as you can see, milestone, it says, I can use a description and say, chapter 1 and due dates. I'll finish chapter 1 in 3 days. So 4 days. Then I'll get paid maybe $50. I'm just using an example. See. But if you're not an expert, you can shoot yourself in the leg with this milestone. So just use by project and determine the milestones when you guys are having an interview. So how long will the project take? You can tell them less than 1 month. Then this is where you now write your cover letter. Now, this is where you can attach your samples here. Remember, I've been talking about samples to you guys. Samples. This is where you attach your samples here, attach samples, and this is where you write your cover letter. Sometimes if you have templates or if you have some templates you can use, don't use the same proposal on every job, but you can have templates that you can always edit to, tailor towards jobs. Now Upwork, they added this new feature where you can add a job you've done on the platform, you can add a portfolio project you've added, or a certificate to boost your chances. And they also added something called Boosted Connect. I was teaching my students recently about how, if you look at this job, let me just teach you that. Let me teach you guys for free. Now, if you look at this job costs 12 connects, right? This job costs 12 connects. If you scroll down, you see that 14 connects, 13, it means that you can just use 14 or 15 connects. Just cost you an extra 3 connects to be at the top. If the client check your job, it's going to be they'll take your connect quite all right, but at least the client engage with your job. But if the client does not engage with your job, they will return your connect to you. They'll return your boosted connect, and it will only cost you the mobile, the original connect is meant to cost you. So that's one of the strategies I tell. Like if you see all these things now, you can always just add an extra. Look at this person. This person 7 hours ago. That means the person had 2 hours head start, and the person just added one connect to the normal 12 connect. It's a strategy. It's technical, but the freelancers here will understand what I'm saying. But those who are not freelancers, don't worry, you understand in the future. So when you want to write your proposals, you can, one of the things you can do is always, check the client's name. If the client's name can be seen, you can scroll down and they'll talk about the clients. They say the Sarkan. They mentioned Sarkan here. Let's look at another place. They mentioned the client's name. Leonard. Someone said Leonard, so that's looking like a team. So that's two different names. So you can take your time to just check Leonard again. So you mention the client's name twice, Leonard 3 times, 4 times, Leo. So that's Leo. So I Leonard. So that means you can use I Leonard, at least, even though if it is Akan, but at least they know it's Leonard. So you can use I Leonard here. You're writing your proposals, you're writing your cover letter. You can type in I Leonard. Then always ensure that one of the things I do is when I'm writing this proposal, I know that like the job description. So let's say for me now, one of the things I can do is I can copy this thing here like this. This is just me now. You don't have to copy me. I can copy it here like this job description. Sometimes I can copy it on a sticky note because I'm trying to share my screen with you. That's why I'm copying it here. Other times I use a sticky note. So I learn. So this says, because when you're writing proposals, ensure that the client or you're tailoring your proposals to the client's needs. So for example, they say they are looking for someone to create an intro to Python book. You write the content, include screenshot, this. All sorts of images, we are open to your ideas. So I learners, I can deliver the Python book with chapters below. I'm just using that as starting from. Now, the idea is we need the project completed in 1 week with daily check-ins of progress. So that means that I can deliver the Python book in a week. And be ensuring I give you daily. Sometimes I don't need to copy their word for word. Ensuring I give you daily updates. And you also just talk about how and why that you've read. I don't want to spend time on this. I just show them how you've read. So to receive an interview, see what they said here. To receive, we need to see a video of a Python thinker that uses this that was created by you. So they need someone that knows how to do this thing. So let's say you know how to do it, for example, then you create a video for them. Video should show demo, C-road operations. They need a technical. That's why I said this is technical writing. And in technical writing, it's a different ballgame entirely. But let's just skip this session. So that just always read the job description. Always show them that you've read the job description. Always give them everything they want. Always add samples. And, then the probability of you getting the job is very high. So I just run through some of the things on Upwork, for example. If you want to be a writer, or if you started writing and you want to start making money on Upwork, I just showed you different things. Now, this is all writing categories. You can also use, you can narrow down. If you don't necessarily want to see all writing categories, you can narrow it down to maybe say you want to only see copywriting. So it's going to change. It's not going to show writings alone. It's going to show copywriting for me. So let's say I'm a copywriter. You show me copywriting and you see. You just start, copywriter needed, copywriter, so then you can start using everything I taught you. Yeah, for the sake of this. So this is how to get jobs as a writer on this platform, Upwork. Now, for example, Fiverr is also very, very good. And on Fiverr, you can get jobs as a writer. Yeah. So you can check people's gigs. One of the things I don't want to badmouth the platform. The platform is good. I recommend, you can try it out. I also like the way they ban people. Like I don't like the way they just ban people for their. So that's why I decided not to learn anything about it. But the platform is also good though. So Fiverr is also a very good platform. You can check it out. And if you are looking for any services, content writing, W, content writing, for example. So check. So this is going to show you. So see, going to show you content writers. Not showing what I want. Okay, but let's see it here. Writing and translation. So look at writing here and look at some of the categories in writing. So in case you like, if as I told you about research, look at categories in writing. So this gives you an idea of what people like. You can go to this platform, click on this category and it will show you the different writing categories. So in case you have no idea of what to do, this gives you an idea of where to start from. Remember, I mentioned technical writing, case studies, white paper, ads, copy. This is for copywriting. UX writing is also a very good niche for well, for user experience. So that just gives you an idea of, as you can see, that gives you an idea of the different writing categories to do ghostwriting and everything. So now, as I've said, but let's just say ebook writing. So let's say you don't have any idea of how to create your gigs on this platform. You can click on them, you can click on those niches, and you can be seeing the gigs. So it gives you an idea. And I remember that you can also use this for research. As I said, in case you don't know how to charge or you don't know what to charge, you can also use this for research. We talked about it. There are a lot of ebook writing. See the different services that you can offer as an ebook writer. Look at this, just ebook and book and ebook. As you can see, the subsection under book and ebook, there's a lot of them. Literary, science fiction, children book, romance, religion, self-help book. As in, writing is one of the categories that have a lot of subcategories that on its own writing, that's why it's one of the yeah. So I'll publish your book, I'll help you self-publish, I charge these. These are top people though. But this gives you an idea, and you can scroll down to see the normal people that look like you. I will outline your non-fiction group and I'll charge you this. So this is I'll go straight to your non-fiction book. So just if in case you have no idea of what to do, please go through it and it helps you. I don't have the time to go deep into this. We really don't have time. But there's a platform that is similar to Fiverr. It's called people per hour. So you can it's even the one I opened it. I wasn't sure. So you can go to people per hour too. People per hour is also similar to Fiverr. I have some of my students that have gotten jobs on this place too. So you just use the same rules, check, and learn how to use this platform, and you can make a lot. You can make a lot of money. You can meet clients with the platform. There's also guru.com. Why they are loading? I don't know why it's taking time to load. Then there's also So this is guru.com. I was telling people that all the platform they all have blogs. But this is guru.com. You can also sign up on the platform, check everything. So look and see. They have 204,000 freelancers in writing and translation. So you can see, you can check, see this, see people that have made money from this and what they charge. Yeah. So just gives you an idea, say, for research. And if you want to sign up on the platform, you know how to do. So there's also, there's a whole lot of different platforms. Now, there are also remote jobs platforms. Now, as a writer, most times how would I put it? You get, it's only tech jobs. Right now, it's not only tech jobs, but you get most tech jobs on remote jobs platforms. But that does not mean you can't see, so that does not mean you can't see writing gigs. But, on remote jobs platforms, tech jobs are more than writing, but you can still see writing gigs. So look at these categories, go to sales and marketing. As you can see, this is a remote job. Most times they are full-time. So you can see script writer, SEO strategies. So as you can see, Facebook ad buyer, social media manager. So it's going to be a mix. But you can see head of content, but they want someone from US. Head of sales. So that's another platform you can check. And Emotive is also another platform. Emotive is a remote job platform. So you can also go to remotive.com and let's go to remotive.com and let's check writing. So writing is also there. So it's going to show you jobs in writing. As you can see, freelance writer, they're ready to pay 50 to 70 per hour, 75 per hour. But some of these things are location restricted. So when they show you these locations, pay attention to it. But I've seen people that have gotten job, even though it's location restricted. So, but I just tell you the advice. When you see worldwide, it means you can apply. But when you see USA, Canada, it means you must be in these locations or time zones to be able to apply. But you can try your luck where possible because trust me, even though I know it's not the right thing to do, a lot of my students have done it and they've gotten it. So I don't know what to say anymore. Now, there's also another site. There's Well Found. Well Found is AngelList, formerly called AngelList. Bless me. Well Found is formerly called AngelList. A lot of my students have gotten jobs from this platform too. If you know AngelList, you know Well Found. I've had a lot of students that have gotten jobs from here, and some of them even gotten internship jobs. So they love this. They are writing content jobs here too. For those in the UK, okay, not this is not UK yet. Is Indeed. Indeed is also, Indeed also has a lot of jobs. You can check it out. It can be very competitive, but check it out. So let's just run through Indeed, for example. Let's run through Indeed. So if you are looking for, remember that we're looking for content writing jobs. So let's do content writer. I put remote. Let me go to the site first. Let me go. Now let me put a job here. Content writer. The thing about let me tell you something about when you are searching for, how will I put it? When you're searching for jobs on all this Indeed and co, it can be, you will apply a lot. So start with freelance platforms. If I'm going to advise you, start with freelance platform before you do remote jobs platform. But remote job platform is a long-term strategy, and because the one job that you get on remote job platform can change your life. So this is it. As you can see, content manager, content writer, content. Yeah, so you can see all the jobs on. Some of them are location specific. Some of them are not. Some of them are, you must be in the US. Some of them are just generally remote. You must be anywhere. So these are some of the jobs on here, so you can check them out. Now, finally, before I move to LinkedIn, let me show you startup jobs. So startup jobs, there's a lot of startup jobs. So if you're looking for startup jobs, you can go to startup.jobs. So we can type in content writer. Let's use copywriter this time around. Still under writing. Copywriter. So look at this, remote only copywriter. So it will show you the amount of jobs that are available. Oh, it's showing you the amount of jobs that are available in copywriting jobs. So as you can see, it will show you some of the jobs, copywriting. So yeah. So content writing too. Let's just do content. So you see content writer, content growth manager, content strategies. Now, because I put only remote, that's why it's only showing me remote. So it shows me 180 jobs in the remote category. So as you can see, this is another place you can get jobs as a content writer. There are a lot of platforms that are specific to writers. Most of the platforms I showed you are platforms that are showed for all people. When I get resources for writers only, I don't have the time. When I get some resources or platforms for writers only, I will send them to you guys. There are some platforms that are tailored to writers only. All the platforms I'm showing you so far tailors to people that are across all niches. But there are some platforms that are just for writers only. So those platforms, I'll send them to you guys. Now let's talk LinkedIn. After we talk LinkedIn, we need to talk. Okay, I must finish this. This is almost 2 hours already. Almost 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I must finish it in 2 hours. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about using some tools. We're also going to talk about, I'm going to talk about LinkedIn. We're going to talk about using some tools. Then I'll round up and I'll do Q&A, please. You don't have time. I would like to show you how to use all these tools as a writer. I also like to show you how to use AI as a writer. But I also want to finish this in 2 hours because There's a lot I want to share with you, but I just want to finish this in 2 hours. So let me just run through this. And for LinkedIn, for example, you can learn to use LinkedIn to get jobs. So this is the LinkedIn job boards. So we can type in content writer, and it's going to show you all the content writing jobs that are remote. As you can see, this is 548 jobs in content writing categories that are remote. So you can see, you can scroll through them and just continue to apply and apply and apply. There are different ways to apply for jobs on LinkedIn. This is one of the ways. You can also join writing groups. You can post in writing groups and you can get a lot of jobs in writing groups. So let's talk about writing groups. For example, you can say groups, content writer. It's going to show us writing groups. I don't have the time, but I'm just going to just run through these things fast. So look at writing groups, 550 writing groups. Join most of them. Comment, talk, contribute. And, from there, I've seen a lot of people get jobs here. As a writer, if you want to be a writer on LinkedIn, first of all, ensure that your profile is fully optimized. Go to ensure your profile is fully optimized, just like your profile on Upwork. So your LinkedIn profile is similar. Ensure that it's fully optimized. This is my own profile. Is optimized for what I want to use it for. So ensure that your own profile is optimized for what you want to use it for. Ensure that it has all the things you need to put there. Your about is very important. Then you're featured. This featured is very, very important on your LinkedIn. I don't know if some of you are not using it well. Your featured is important on LinkedIn. For featured shows you, it's like your portfolio. So you can put a lot of things in this, your featured. I mean, when people land on your profile, that's what they will see. I put a lot of stuff here on my platform, my featured. So yeah, feature showed you that. Then your bio, your about your experience. That was your work history, your education history, your volunteering experience, your skills. On LinkedIn, you can add as many skills as you want. Like this is 25 skills. So you can add skills, plenty skills as you want. Yeah, then you get recommendations. You can also give recommendations, blah, blah, blah. So this is for your LinkedIn profile. Now, when you join groups, you can post in these groups, you can talk, you can even get jobs because people will post jobs in groups. So please search for jobs using the search filter. I'm rushing now. I need to finish this ASAP. Search for jobs using search filters on LinkedIn. Use groups, follow HRs, follow business owners, follow decision makers. And just LinkedIn is one of the best places too to get jobs. I have a lot of students that have gotten jobs on LinkedIn. A lot of people are just, oh God, cancel. I'll answer you people later. As you can see, the way I get a message regularly. Now, so go to LinkedIn and get that done ASAP. So let me just quickly rush up. Let me quickly rush up so that we can end this, so that everybody can go. I know that you're tired already, but I hope you are learning, and I hope you are going to be using this, for your benefit. I have some resources I've prepared for you. I'll send them to you so everybody can. I know that I've done my part. Then if you need any other thing, if you need my time, you should be ready to pay for my time. Now, some of the tools I talked about that you can use is this, Google Docs. Google Docs is very, very one of the best tools you can use. And so go to go. The thing about Google Docs is I like Google Docs in the sense that Google Docs can also help you. Let's open a blank document. But Google Docs can help you create outlines for everything you create, everything you are writing. So because one of the things when you are writing, using outline is very, very important. Because outline helps you. Like the idea is this: your writing must have an introduction, a body, and a summary and a conclusion. So when you are writing anything, ensure that you have an introduction that introduces people to what you are writing. Ensure that you have a body that talks about the stuff. Then you also ensure that you have a conclusion. So introduction, you are giving an intro, introducing them to what you want to write. And this can be in different formats, but at least your writing must have an introduction. Anything you are writing, anything you are reading, any good write-up you are reading, watch out for it. You must see the introduction, you will see the body, which is the story, the meat, gone. Then you will see the conclusion. Conclusion can be one line, can be one paragraph. So just ensure that you are writing in that, like I start with that. Then look at what I said. This left-hand part here, you guys can see outline. Google Doc helps you outline, and I'll look for something to paste here. You will see it. But let's go to Grammarly. Let's quickly go to Grammarly. So the thing about Grammarly here is that Grammarly is one important tools to have, and it helps you. Like one of the things Grammarly does for you is it assists you. So let me see. So this is Grammarly, for example. This is Grammarly, for example, and as you can see, yeah. So this will give you the score here. One of the things in Grammarly is you can pay attention to this score, this performance, the word count. It helps you to check for word count. Even the Google Doc also help you with word count. So you can check reading time, check readability, word length, see above like the readability of the work. And you can also check, the vocabulary of the work. So this just helps you, like you can check this word once in a while. When you're using Grammarly too, you can set goals when you're writing. It's just tool to support you. Now, that does not mean you're not going to write yourself, but these tools can guide you, as you're writing, and especially when you're improving yourself. So that's the thing about Grammarly. Let me see. Yeah, that's the thing about Grammarly. Let me just try and open another document. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Let me just open this document here. So how to build productive. This is one of my, this is not my work. But yeah, but this is very, so as you can see, this particular document has been run through Grammarly. But let's copy this document. Let's put it on Google Doc. I'll just show you outline on Google Doc. Not even do very well. Just model everything together. But ideally, it's meant to help you to outline it. Yep, it's meant to help you. Yeah. So there's a lot of formatting and everything that will help you outline here. Like in format, for example, the text styles, the paragraphing, yeah, paragraph heading one. So when you apply, okay, let me just show you here. When you apply heading one, I can't go deep into this. Oh, how I wish. When you apply heading one, for example, when you apply heading one here, you can see the outline here. Now let me show you heading two. Let me just show you heading two. Let me show you this like Google. This is just Google Doc. This is Google Doc. Let me show you heading two. I want to show you something. Heading two. Can you see? Can you see this outline at the left hand side? Can you see the way? Can you see the way it's going? It's doing. Can you see the way it's doing? So yeah. So that's the way we can. Yeah. So that's for this thing. Now there are some tools that give you ideas. There are some tools that help you with ideas. Something like Answer the Public, for example. Now Answer the Public is also something that gives you ideas, especially when you want to write. So when you want to write and you don't have any idea of what to write, and maybe they give you, say, okay, write on this topic. You can use Google to research. You can also use tools like this. There's this one and there are different similar tools to this. So let's say you want to write on football, for example. That's the first thing that comes to my head. Let's say you want to write on football, for example, and you want to search. Now, so this uses Google search things on football, for example. As you can see, there are a lot of words. So when you are writing, so let's say a client gives you a job to write on football. Like some of the things you want to answer is this: what football games are on? These are some of the questions that people used to ask. And which football team is for American football self. Imagine I went to go and put football for United States. Let me use it for UK. Let me search for UK. I can't search. Oh, Sudan. But yeah, so this gives you an idea of what people are talking about, you know. So yeah, so you can use, questions, use these to when you're writing. This is part of research. In research parts, this is our football cards worth anything, our football games rigged. So in case you don't have any idea of what to write about, like you don't have questions that in your head to answer when the client gives you any topic. So these are tools that you can use. There are similar tools. There's Google Keyword Planner. There's tools like this that you can use. And this particular tool, I don't have the time to show you, it's also similar to this particular tool is similar to ProWriting Ready, similar to Grammarly too. So you can try and use it. You can write things there and to show you what to write. There's the free version and there's the paid version. You can check grammars and everything. So let's see. So yeah, so it's just so yeah. Let me round up and take Q&A because I must finish by 8. Like no matter what I'm doing, I need to finish by 8 because yeah. But I hope you guys are getting value so far. I'll send you other resources to help you. So I just copied something there, so you can see I copied something there now. So it's going to show me, this is ProWriting Ready. You can also use it. It's showing me some of the things in it. So the grammar and spelling there. It's showing me styling and so which you can also use some of the things you want it to talk about here. But And there are some, yeah, so as you can see, the glue index, the amount of passive words I used, complex paragraphs, so yeah. So as you can see, then also there's also, let's copy this same to Hemingway. So because when you mentioned complex paragraph, now I remember Hemingway app. Yeah, Hemingway app. So you can see that these are tools that you can use to help your writing. As you're writing, Hemingway editor, as you're writing, you can just, it helps you, and before you know it, you won't need these tools again. As you can see, this is Hemingway. Let me copy everything. It's free. What I copied. So see, it's telling me that anytime you see red, it means that it's telling me that I need to cut this. That is too complex. It's telling me that, can you see the words is there, the grade is there, it's too complex. And by the time you start working on, like over time, you will be able to write all these things on your own without using this bot. Because but as a starter, you can use these tools to help yourself as a writer, and over time you would, yeah. Let me just, yeah, let me move to, yep. Let me move to, yep. So yeah, I should share more, but for the sake of time, let me just round up and answer your question. For the sake of time, I need to round up. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys are learning. If you're a freelance writer, I'm going to share some tools with you. You get them for free. I'll share them with you. Tools you can use to, and books. I have some books too. I'll share with you. I don't think I'll give you my own book. I wrote a book on writing, so I'll give you those tools. You can use those tools. And if you want, you can use those tools to learn you as a freelance writer. Yeah. So yeah. So let's continue. Yeah, I didn't even have the time to show you AI, how to use AI as a writer. But AI is your friend, ladies and gentlemen. AI is not coming to replace you yet, but it's going to support you if you know what you are doing. You can use AI tools. You can use AI to research. You can use AI to create. No, let me show. I need to show you this one. No matter what. No. I must show you this one. I hope I can log in fast. No. I must. If I don't show you anything, if I don't show you anything, I must show you this one. You can do ChatGPT. I hope ChatGPT can allow me to enter fast. Let's do ChatGPT. I want to show you something. So one of the things AI can help you to do, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is that you can use AI to create outlines. You can use AI to create chapters for a book. So let's just talk. I'm writing an article. I'm writing an article on soccer in Europe. Create an outline for me that I can use. So see, can you see? So this can you see what? So yes, you are not using AI. You are not using AI to write, but at least this gives you. Nobody will say you used AI by the time you used your own words to write all these things. So can you see? This is a basic outline for an article on soccer in Europe. So can you see? I like to write. I want to write a book. To write a W. I want to write a book on fitness in new months. Create a table of contents for me. So imagine a client gives you a job that they want to write a book on fitness, new moms, so can you see, look at this. And you see, this is what AI is for. AI is not to help you write the whole book. But AI can help you, with the way all these things now. So let's say you don't even want to use this. It means that you can rephrase all these things here. But remember that you already have an idea. AI helps you as a writer. AI helps you a lot in research. So look at this table of contents. Finding, see benefit of postpartum exercise. What happens to your body after pregnancy? Like I can rephrase everything here, but I already have an outline to work with. I have a table of content to work with. I said I must show you this one. Yeah, but I have a lot I should have showed you, but man, yeah, let's just conclude, please. We are here and we must finish. Yeah, let me just finish this up. So yeah, so I hope you guys are learning. Let's just round up ASAP. As I said, AI is not coming to replace you if you know what you're doing. It's your friend. Yeah. So as I've said, there's a lot of stories I have of people who have been doing so well in writing. Let me just share a few of them with you. I remember Sam. Sam is one of my best students. And when Sam met me, Sam, you can see his story here. Sam has been was making $250. He was making this 250 was his best month because he only made about $500 in 4 years. But Sam is now, as I speak with you now, Sam does about $6,000. And what he does is he writes. He saw a client, he got a client on Upwork, and he got another client on LinkedIn. So it's two different jobs that is paying him this money. He works full time for those two different jobs, as you can see. And that's Sam's story. Ola is another story I like very much. He has moved his family to the abroad. And Ola started as a writer. And from that, Ola was writing. Ola was a struggling writer. I don't have the time to tell his story very well, but today Ola does very well from writing. Chris is also someone. Chris' story is very funny. For Chris, his elder brother is my friend. We went to the same school. He told me that he needed something for his brother, and I took Chris under my wings, and today the story is different. Tim is also another person. I'll show you one of Tim's testimony along the way. It's not just guys, there are ladies too. This is one of my best story for ladies. I was still speaking with her yesterday, how I was angry with her profile. She has made $50,000 on Upwork as I speak with you. She's a young girl. When Abisola met me, she was complaining about her two naira per word. Now she's a big girl. This is another writer, a mom. She's a mom freelancer, and she's doing so well for herself. As you can see, these are some of my students. This one is a copywriter. Has made more than this was when he was at 70K. I'll show you. Okay, I don't think I saved it. I think I deleted it. But he has made more than 120, 150K. This is one of his upgrade. Yeah, it's the same person. It's the same 70K person. This is one of his. Yep. I didn't delete it. So this is Tim. I said I was going to talk about Tim. This is Tim. He got a job. I remember this job. I remember this job because we did the interview together. That's why I remember this job. And they've paid him. This is more than this figure. So that's Tim. And as I said, it's not just Upwork. I have people that have been. These are writers. As you can read, I hope you can read this. My husband has made more than 2.5 between March and now on Fiverr from writing. Can you see? So as you can see, yeah. Then Susan is one of my best, I remember when Susan met me. Susan is a journalist and she's doing so well on Fiverr and Upwork right now. And she has traveled abroad. I'm happy for her. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, you need to write, and you need to read. You need to read what your audience are reading. You need to read what your competition are reading. You need to follow the top people in your niche. Very, very important. You need to understand your audience. Before you write, you need to understand who you're writing for. Always, start with an outline and cut out flops. Don't, for the sake of, I've seen a lot of people that because they say, oh yeah, write 500 words. By the time you want to make it 500 words, you're now putting jagbajantis, pardon my French. Just cut out the flops in your writing. Then use tools where possible. I've showed you some tools. There are a whole lot of them. Ensure that, your intro, your body, your conclusion, frame your writing there. Because you see some people, they will write and there's no conclusion. And I like, what's the conclusion of this write-up? And I've seen people like that. Always edit and proofread your work. For some of you here, we did a challenge, a writing challenge. I didn't want to talk about it, but let me just talk about this part. We did a writing challenge, and for some of you here, what disqualified you was just you didn't proofread your work. Now we needed to select few winners, but we're looking for excuses to just disqualify and proofreading was one of the best excuse to disqualify because some people proofread their work very well. So if they can proofread their work, at least they should have higher over people that I saw good stories. People wrote good stories, but they didn't proofread their work. Now, if I was a client, I would reject your work. Like if you didn't proofread your work, how will you not proofread your work, even though your work was very good? So please, ladies and gentlemen, proofread your works in the future. Yeah, very, very important. People, that little time you're going to spend in proofreading your work, it's very, very, yep, it's very, 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 very key. So, learn your writing skill, updates, use platform, learn it, like start earning. I like to talk about things you need to do. And I've showed you testimonials. If people can do it, it means you too, you can also do it. So this is time for Q&A. If you have questions, please ask me so that I can answer your questions so that we can round up. I need to finish this in 2 hours. If you leave me, I'll talk here for 4 hours. If you have any questions on YouTube, if you have any questions, I can see the screen on YouTube. And I have a screen on YouTube in my front. I have a screen on Zoom in my front. If you have questions on YouTube, ask me. If you have questions on link on Zoom, ask me. So thank you very much. Let me answer your questions. I think I'm seeing some questions. Can I talk about outline in ghostwriting? So basically, outline is the same thing, whether it's ghostwriting or any writing. Outline is just so like you want to write now and you just prepare what are the things you want to write about. Now, the thing outline does for you is that if you have a question, Joseph, ask. I can answer questions now. The thing outline does for you now is that who is even asking the outline questions? Nicholas. The thing outline does for you is that outline help you to like remember, see the example I showed you now. Let me share the AI this thing again. Like you can write I don't have the time. I would have showed you how to use Google to create your outline. Like I attended an SEO university and they taught us how to use Google to create outlines, but I don't have the time. But let me just show you the ChatGPT on, for example. So this is an outline. I said you should create an outline for an article on soccer writing, on soccer in Europe. And look at this outline: introduction, background, the current landscape. Now, what outline does for you, Nicholas, is that because when we write, we can be writing scattered. We can write to the front and write to the back. Outline helps you to arrange your writing. Like there should be a flow when you're writing. So that's what outline does for you. And whether it is ghostwriting, ebook writing, or anything, or just have an outline at the back of your mind before you write. So it helps you to put a structure in your write-up. So basically, that's what outline does for you. Which writing tool is the best? There's a lot of tools. WPS, I know WPS is good. Uh, at least I know it's good, but there are a lot of tools. I like Grammarly Premium. I like the Premium because Premium gives me a lot of opportunity, a lot of things to do. If you can start with the normal Grammarly, check pro writing rate. There's a whole lot of tools that you can use, and now the tools are not there to make you redundant, or they are not made there to stop your creativity in writing, but tools just help you, like basically. And there will be times when you won't even need tools. Like basically, you get to a point where you can write without these tools. So those are points that you want to get to as a writer. Yeah. So yeah. I can see a lot of questions here. Let me just answer the ones I can answer. Yep. How do you create a quick offer on Upwork? How do you get a quick offer? Like, you don't get a quick offer. The idea is this. I've showed you, like, for Upwork, for example, you need to have a good profile. You need to know how to search for jobs. I showed you everything briefly. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see some detailed videos on all these things. So I would recommend that you go there to watch those videos on profiles, on searching. And you need to know how to have a good profile, have samples, have your portfolio, and know how to apply for these jobs. Now, because you can't get a quick offer. Like, quick offer is a shortcut question, and I don't like shortcut questions. You need to do the things you're meant to do, right? The fundamentals, you need to get them in place. And when you do that, you are guaranteed to get jobs. So that's what I would recommend for you. Please do this, do this, do these things. Someone is saying I should talk about how to detect AI writing. So I didn't even talk about that. So there are AI writing tools. Let me do that. Let me show you. There are AI writing tools. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. So let me just show you. This person posted it 10 times. I don't know, maybe you wanted to post it, or it's you deliberately post 10 times to disturb other people writing on YouTube. Yeah, but there are AI writing tools. Let me quickly show you. There are a lot of them. There are some that are free, there are some that are paid. But let me show you one of them that is free. Zero GPT. Zero GPT in my research is 75% effective. There are some that are 78, 80%, and there are some that are paid. When I was using AI for the challenge, I didn't rely on one AI. I was using like 4 to 6 different tools to confirm if there was AI in the tool. So look at this particular one. This is free. There are some that are paid. The Turnitin has Turnitin, yeah. Turnitin has its own AI tools too. I use that too for the challenge to confirm if people wrote with AI or not. So let's look at this write-up. Control C. Let's go back to AI. Let's post it here. Control V. and let's tell it to detect tests, whether there's AI there, and it's going to answer us and tell us. So Bolanle, this one is telling us that this text is AI generated to this extent. So now it means this particular text was AI generated to this extent. Now I can use another tool to confirm, but this is not just, this is a free tool, and you really can't really rely on free tools like that. But it's telling me that this one is, so this, but these are tools that people use. There are some paid ones that are more strong, that are stronger than this, but this is how it works. This is how it happens, depending on the tool. This is the free one. But you can check paid tools, and there are some paid tools that you can use. But this is how AI, this is how they detect AI in your work. It looks like this. So it will tell the clients, especially the paid ones, it will just show you all the parts that is AI. And yeah, so I hope I answered your question, because you said your answer, you send it plenty times. Yeah, so that's that for AI. Let me just continue to answer questions I can answer, and I'll just call it a day. A lot of people are leaving already, safe. If you don't understand Connect part, Connect is what you use on Upwork to apply for jobs. Yep. Connect is, oh, this is a very good question. We bought on paraphrasing. That was a very good question. So Connect is what you use on Upwork to apply for jobs. So on Upwork, for example, you need Connect. Connect like your virtual money, whereas it's even money. So on Upwork, you need to buy those Connects. Each job costs Connect. Like Upwork is one way Upwork is using to make money. So that's why you are using Connect. So that's what Connect is for. This person says, can I use Quillbot to paraphrase? So that's a very good question. Now, the thing is that they are also paraphrasing tools that they are using now to detect paraphrasing. So apart from AI tools, there's also paraphrasing tools that you can use. Yeah, so yeah. Joseph said, how can I build my portfolio? Now, building your portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, is simple, guys. Samples are your portfolio. Your collection of samples are your portfolio. So Joseph, if you start writing tomorrow, I don't know what you want to start. If you start writing tomorrow, say tomorrow you just pick a pen, before we used to pick pen and paper. But let Joseph, if you start writing tomorrow and you start typing. So me, I used to use my notepad. So if you start writing tomorrow on different topics, so let's say you want to write, you just write about politics in Nigeria, and you just write about it, and bam, you wrote about it, whether it's good or not, you shall write, or you wrote. Then you're already building your portfolio like that. That's how to build your portfolio. Yep. So it's wrong to paraphrase other people's work. Oh, yes, very, very wrong. If you do that for academic work, they will flag you for plagiarism. It's wrong to paraphrase other people's work for your work. Very wrong. Yeah. I answered your connect. To become a good freelancer, Kimberly is saying, what should we put into consideration before beginning? Now, what do you need to put in consideration? Your skills. Have the right skills and make sure that you are really, really updating your skills regularly, and make sure that at least you are loaded with your skills. Then learn how to create a good profile. Learn how to create resumes, like especially if you're going to be using remote job platforms or LinkedIn. If you're using freelance platforms, create a good profiles on those freelance platforms. Learn how to apply for jobs. Learn how to search for the right jobs and learn how to apply for jobs. Yeah. So yeah. I'm ignoring the questions that I asked first. You need to see the way the things are scrolling. You need to see the way I will see is according to what I see in my eyes. And I'm seeing a lot. So you see 10 questions will just pop and your own will just go up, and it's the way I see it. So I'm sorry about that. If you know that there was someone that had to answer her because she asked the question 10 times. So how do you proofread your work? So you can proofread your work by Victor. You can proofread your work you can proofread by your work using Grammarly, for example, which is a tool, or you can proofread your work with editors. There are some people that are very good in proofreading, and that's what they do. They are editors, they are proofreaders, and even some of them offer it as a service on Upwork. So yes, you can use human proofreader, or you can use, tools, the pro writing aid, the Grammarly. You can use them yeah. Yes, you can use Esther. You can use anime, gaming, and lifestyle. A lot of people ask for it. Yes, you can earn with it. Esther from YouTube. Yeah, yes, you can earn with it. Yeah. Then again, some of my team members will answer your questions. If they can see them, they'll answer it. But if I can, I will try and answer questions to the best of my ability. There's a lot of them. I'll try and answer. What about paraphrasing using AI? See, if you paraphrase with AI, they will detect it with AI detector. How do I get jobs if clients are looking for people with track record? See, your track record is your samples. If you are just starting, allow me, Lekon, I said you should create samples. When you create a lot of samples, that's your track record. That defends you. Have you written for? Yes, I've written. See my work. The thing about I'm a client too, I hire for people. When I see someone with 50, 60 samples, no, that is not up to that. Sorry about that. And I saw 50 people in this chat and I was already, yeah. If I see people with like 5, 10 samples now, for example, that alone tells me that you can do what you say you can do now. Then maybe I give you a test project. So please just build your samples. Track record is, you can get track record. See, if you create, let me give an example, Seth. You can create a WordPress blog. Maybe you name that WordPress blog sports, and anything that comes to my head is what I'm saying. Sports in Africa. Even though you are the owner of the WordPress, let me give you an example. Should be track record they want, Olam Lekon. Let me give you a secret. So you create a blog, you create a WordPress blog called Sports. The name of the blog is Sport in Africa. And you are the one writing, you are the one contributing. So the day they say they want track record, you will link them to that blog. So I'm a lead content writer for Sports in Africa blog. That not should be is traction they want. Is that not track? Is that not track record? I beg, see, is just continue to build your samples. I've already talked about detecting AI in writing, so how can we optimize my Upwork account? So I already showed you, and there's a video on my YouTube channel. Please go through it on Upwork profiles. I might not be able to answer that here. Just go through the video. It answers your question. Can I lift content from website? No, you can't lift content. When people use, so there's plagiarism tool. Oh, I didn't even have time to show you plagiarism tools. Wow. As a writer, clients use plagiarism tools, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important. And I don't know why I forgot. Don't plagiarize, because you guys are asking questions that is related to plagiarism, which is, paraphrasing and everything. Please don't plagiarize. There are plagiarism tools that, Copyscape is one of the best plagiarism tool out there. When clients use those tools, they will detect if you copy. The Copyscape, I didn't have the time. As I said, I will have 4 hours to teach you all these things. But Copyscape, you can Google it. Copyscape, they will use Copyscape or other strong plagiarism tool, and they will detect where you copied it from. So guys, when you see something, let me tell you what you do. Let me tell you how you do it. You read. So when you read, then you can use plagiarism tools to detect if you copied someone's work, Samson. When you read and read, so let's say you read an article. So let's say I want to write on using in the problem. I don't want to call it problem. Wig using in Nigeria. Wig, the prevalence of wigs in Nigeria. I will read a lot of people that have talked about wigs. I don't lift their work. I don't lift their work. I read and read and read. By the time I read, I can form things in my head. Remember I said you need to write as a writer. You need to read. So when you read, you will now be able to use your own words to explain that, okay, I read that using wig is too much in Yoruba land, and Hausa people don't like wig, or Igbo people. I'm just using that as an example. Forgive me, I'm not a ethnic bigot. Just came to my head. Now, but I'm just giving you an instance of the ideas that will now come to your head from the things you've read. So yeah, that's that. How do you get payment from Upwork? There are different ways to get payments. You can use GitPay, Gray, you can use Payoneer. Those are different ways to get payments. Yeah, I would answer the questions I can answer, then we just call it a day. Is there a way you can get content from other people? As I've said, you can use Google to get content from other people and just read. I'll send it to your email. No, don't worry. I'm not adding anybody to any WhatsApp group, please. I would send it to your emails. I have, for those that are registered, I have your emails. I'll send them to your email, Abdullah. So you get the resources. I have some ebooks and some resources and some websites I'll just send to you. You read. As a beginner, which platform? Don't worry. In the materials I'm sending to you, you will see. You will see beginners. You will see these things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you. I didn't have the time to go deep to what I would have loved to. But yeah, please, freelance writing is something you can use to make a lot of money for yourself. There's a lot of opportunities there. So yes, and yes, I have courses myself. Like I don't teach writing. I'm a writer, but I don't teach writing. I have an academy that used to teach writing, but I'm currently on hold. But what I teach is freelance. I just teach people how to make money with their skills. That's what I do. My course is there, is available. Yeah, I sell courses. Yes, I sell courses. My course has the light version, the premium version. Yeah. So in case you really want guidance, then you can join my community via my course if you want my guidance. But the resources I'm sending to you is enough. And this video is recorded. They are enough to help you do it on your own. If you don't have money, if you don't have money, it's not a crime. You can do this on your own. It's not a crime at all. You can learn on your own and make money. And when you make money, you can buy courses or buy coaching in the future. So I'm doing this to help those, plus those who have money and those who don't have money. So it means that they can help themselves and they can make, yeah, they can make things for them, for their life. Yeah. So yeah, so I hope I've been able to convince and not to confuse you. There's a lot of questions that I'd love to answer, but as I said, I want to finish this in 2 hours. I have another meeting coming up next. I have another 1 hour meeting. I hope I can even make the meeting safe. So there's a lot of questions. This is what will happen. There's a lot of questions. The ones on YouTube, I will scroll through those questions and I'll try and reply them. I hope I can do the live chat. I hope it's possible. But if it's not possible, I'll just create a ways where you can send questions and I'll answer them. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I'll send you the resources. I'll send them to your emails. So thank you very much, all of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I know that before the end of this year, some of you will be able to make a lot of money with your skills. With your writing skills, some of you will make $1,000. Some of you will make $10,000 with your writing skills this year. That one is not, I'm not a prophet, I'm not prophesying, it's just what I know. And it has happened multiple times. So the resources I share with you, please use them well. If you need guidance and then be ready to pay, then yeah. So yeah, but the resources I shared with you, I did these 2 hours for free. I spent about 4 or 5 hours preparing slides for you guys for free. Nobody's paying me a dime. If you know how much I charge per hour, I don't charge small money per hour. My people that know me know me. So, but I did everything for you guys for free, and I hope just someone you can pass it forward in the future. I don't need anything. I don't need anything in return. Just pass it forward. Help other people too along the way as you can. So people help me to where I am to today. So please and please, ladies and gentlemen, you can start your writing career. As I said, I'll send you some resources. Use them. You can start your writing career and can make a lot of money for yourself. Thank you very much, everybody. Yep. It's the end of the session. And I would stop recording and I will stop live streaming.